Hi everyone! Today I'm going to be talking to you about lessons that I learned from this very book. Yeah, this book. The lessons in here can really be life-changing for some people, and I'm just going to go through a few of the key points that I picked up that I'm just going to take with me from the moment I finished it onwards. The first one is always take care of yourself first. So that could even be like having a moment every day, maybe an hour that you set aside for just yourself, just to have a bit of self-care. So for example, something that you might find relaxing is taking a bath or reading a lovely book, or even reading a fiction book for recreation. It doesn't have to be a self-help book. It doesn't have to be a productive activity. You need to take time out of your day just for yourself. It's really, really important for your own mental health and well-being. Number 2, allowing yourself to say no and not feeling guilty about it. Sometimes when someone asks you for a favor and you really don't have time for it, and you really, really don't want to do it, and you just want to have that time to do your own task, and you really don't want to say yes, then it can be okay to say no. It can be okay to turn them down, but just be polite about it. Just explain why you can't do it, or even if you're short on time, just politely decline. The world's not going to end, and they're not going to hate you. But you have to really sometimes, again, this ties in with the first point, put yourself first. Number 3, eliminate annoying people and annoying things from your life. Through not giving a fudge, you will be able to get rid of any excess people that annoy you and things that you don't like doing. I think the way she puts it is stop buying things you don't want to impress people you don't like. And it makes so much sense. Why do you need to give a fudge about people that annoy you? You should just let them go, get them out of your life. And when they do the annoying things to you, even if they're a work colleague and you can't literally shove them out of your life, then just ignore them. Just put a barrier up against them, because they're so annoying that it doesn't matter. It shouldn't affect you. Just get on with what you have to do. In this way, you'll be freeing up space for the things that you actually do enjoy. Number 4, this is a very important point. Stop caring about what other people think. It goes under the category of things that you can't control. If you can't control it, stop trying to care and worry about it. Like the weather. Should I be worried that it's going to rain in the next couple of hours? No. Because can I control the weather? No. So I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to get on with my life, do things that are important to me and things that I enjoy. I'm not going to care about the rain or the wind, although the wind is very irksome, I'm not going to lie. But I'm not going to let it stop me from enjoying my life. But back to the point about caring what other people think. If their limiting mindsets and closed-mindedness is stopping you from doing something because you're going to feel judged, you need to forget about them. You need to just live your life. For example, if you wanted to stop your current job and become a music teacher, then no one's opinions should be stopping you from making that step. You are in control of your own life. Only you have the power to change your own circumstances. Stop caring about what other people think. It literally means nothing in the grand scheme of things. Number 5, you have a human right to disagree with other people's opinions. For example, if someone is trying to convince you to do something because they really think that it's right. Your best friend is trying to convince you to get a dog because they think that adopting a dog from the shelter will make you a better person. But the truth is, you are a little bit scared of dogs, but you don't want to let your friend know. How are you going to get out of it? Well, firstly, remember, don't care what other people think. And secondly, politely disagree. Just say, no thank you, I don't think this is for me. You can explain it if you want, or you can leave it as that. People will respect your opinions, and if they don't, they're a horrible person. But normal people should respect your opinions. Number 6, there's a flowchart in this book called Should I Give a Fudge Flowchart that explains whether or not you should really give a fudge. Because obviously some things you should give a fudge about, a lot of other things you shouldn't. But I will show you this page. This is the flowchart. Feel free to pause and play at your own desire. Read it carefully, and when you're stuck in a situation and you can't decide whether or not you should give a fudge, follow the flowchart. That's if you're really stuck. It will help you. Number 7, you should write down your mental clutter. She calls it in her book a mental barn. These are things that are on your mind constantly, daily, weekly, monthly, that it would be good to see on paper, just so you know what your clutter is and how to declutter it. So what's in my mental barn? Well, it could be anything, but since I always think about these things, they are what I've written down. Here are a few examples. BTS, self-improvement, learning French, learning piano, studying musical theatre, saving money, keeping consistent on YouTube, Harry Potter because I'm obsessed, meeting my reading goal each year, keeping healthy, and so on. And those are only 10 things I said there. 30% of what's in my mental barn. I've got a lot more. But it's very useful for me to see all these things written down so that if there's anything that doesn't need to be there, for example, if I wrote the weather or the cold, then I would know automatically that doesn't need to be there. Kick it out because there's nothing I can do about it apart from wrap up warm. Can I control the cold weather? No, I'm not Elsa. That will not be necessary for me to think about. That is the process of decluttering. Anything unnecessary gets wiped out. Number 8. I'm sure a lot of you have maybe felt the brunt of this, but work meetings, you do not need to attend them all. Now, I'm not saying be a sloppy worker. I'm just saying sometimes you can get away with turning your camera and microphone off and just listening in the background while you do some other productive task. For example, cooking the meal that you are going to have tonight or cleaning the bathroom. You don't need to literally be there, camera and microphone, and then feel like you have to look like you're listening and then feel so drained afterwards. No. There are things around this, trust me. Online meetings it works for. In-person meetings, you might have to find a new way to dodge those. However, if they're important, obviously prioritize. If you are in a very important or high position in the company, then you might not want to be skipping any meetings. But what I'm trying to say is you don't have to always use all of your energy on things that don't matter, especially the social call work meetings. They're just a social call, so feel free to miss it if you can once in a while. Number 9, there is something called a time, energy and money Venn diagram. These are all our most important resources. Well, resources that she has said are probably most important to us. Time, energy and money. So she suggests that we make a diagram with time, energy and money, and anything that goes in all three, any task or person that seems to suck all your resources at once, maybe they're just not worth giving a fudge about because they take up all your resources. But it can also work the other way. Like if you have a baby, obviously you're obligated to look after your baby. That's different. I'm talking about things that you don't want to give a fudge about. Things that are actually draining you and that you hate. Sort them into this diagram. You will find how many things you can kick out of your life and start living your best life. Number 10, the honesty and politeness matrix. Say you're in a situation, a very, very, very distant cousin or some very distant mutual friend of a friend of a friend has invited you to their wedding and you really don't want to go. You'd rather be playing tennis in the park. Then really, when you look at it, you are not obligated to go. This is not a family member of yours getting married or a close friend or a close family friend. This is a distant person we're talking about. God knows why you were even invited. In this situation, you can use this matrix. Honesty and politeness. So pause and play as you will, but basically, if you're honest and polite, you can RSVP no with a sad face, which to the bride and groom will just seem like, oh, they can't come but they're sad about it. It's honest, it's true, you can't come because you'd rather be playing tennis. And it's polite because you didn't say, ugh, why am I even invited to this? Why the hell would I even come? RSVP. No, you didn't do any of that. You were honest and polite. Always try to stay within that quadrant. I'm not going to go into the other quadrants, but feel free to rewind the video and pause it to read what it actually said. And that's it. Those are the 10 things that I learned from that book. And I hope that you have learned something from this video. I do recommend reading the book, but I have read the book and I've condensed it so that you don't have to. I hope you have taken away something helpful, and I hope you can start go living your best life. Thanks for watching.